definition of malignant is, it means, and they're very firm on this, tumor is made of cancer cells, all right, and it can invade nearby tissues. We got vagueness here, right? It can, or maybe it cannot. We don't know. Some cancer cells. So in other words, this cancer cell that can invade, and sometimes it cannot, has properties of benign. So far, this cancerous thing has a benign property of not invading. Some cancer cells can move into the bloodstream or lymph nodes, where they can spread to other tissues within the body. Some cancer cells. You mean there are other cancer cells that don't? Okay. And some means less than half. So now we're down to less than 50%. So less than half. This is called metastasis. Cancer can occur anywhere in the body, including the breast, intestines, lungs, reproductive organs, blood, and skin. Anywhere. For example, breast cancer begins in the breast tissue and may spread to lymph nodes in the armpit if it's not caught early enough and treated. Now, it can also spread there even if it is treated. Once breast cancer is spread to the lymph nodes, the cancer cells can travel to other parts of the body like liver or bones. But all this is just fear-mongering. Let's cut to the chase. What's the difference between benign and malignant tumors? So here we have a clear definition of benign or harmless. Very clear. Cut and dried. Black and white. We can understand that. The definition of malignant or harmful gets a little fuzzy. So let's see the comparison between the two. Benign tumors. Cells tend not to spread. Oh, wait a minute. You mean it could spread? A benign tumor could spread? But up there we said it couldn't. Okay. So tend to spread, and malignant tumors can spread. Tend to spread and can spread are pretty much the same thing. That means they spread. So we've got here is no difference. Either one can spread. All right. Benign tumors, most grow slowly. But wait, some can grow quickly, right? Most grow slowly means that some grow quickly. Most is more than 50%. That means 51%. So 49% of benign tumors grow quickly. Malignant tumors usually grow fairly rapidly. Usually means 51%, so 49% of harmful tumors don't grow rapidly. So what we have here is we're getting to where there's a 50% overlap between our harmless tumors and our harmful tumors. All right. Benign do not metastasize to other parts of the body. Harmful ones often invade nearby healthy tissue. That would be often. Again, often is frequently, like more than 60% maybe. So 40% don't. Benign tumors tend to have clear boundaries. Malignant tumors can send fingers into nearby tissues, so they can have unclear boundaries. So both can have clear boundaries or unclear boundaries. So that is not even a difference, right? Both can have the same characteristic. We cross that off. Under a pathologist's microscope, the shape, chromosomes, and DNA of cells appear normal. The pathologist cannot see DNA. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, DNA is not visible under your doctor's microscope. No. Now, there are certain clumps of DNA, but the actual DNA sequence, he can't see it. So under a pathologist's microscope, the shape, chromosomes, and DNA of cells appear normal. Okay, this is a clear statement. Cancer cells, or malignant dangerous cells, have abnormal chromosomes and DNA characterized by large dark nuclei, may have abnormal shape. Now, these dark nuclei are not characteristics of chromosomes. Chromosomes don't have nuclei. Cells have nuclei. So what they're saying here precisely is that the cells are large and have dark nuclei. It may have abnormal shape. But then again, they may have normal shape. The harmless tumors are unlikely to recur if removed. The cancerous cells, they have a recurrence thing. Can secrete substances that cause tiredness and weight loss. It may recur after removal. So malignant cells may recur after removal, and harmless cells are unlikely to recur after removal. So unlikely to recur and may recur, same thing. So we have a list of differences between benign and malignant that basically make the two indistinguishable. So this means when your doctor tells you your tumor is benign, it's a meaningless designation. So if he tells you your tumor is benign and it turns out to spread to your body, the rest of your body, and kill you, then it fits this benign definition and you can't sue or claim he was wrong. Because here it just says that, benign tumors tend to have clear boundaries, may not require treatment, unlikely to recur. So if he takes out a benign tumor and it recurs, it's like, oh, well, it was just unlikely to recur. And if it spreads the rest of your body, it was harmless. Well, they tend not to spread. So we've got all this vagueness where we're using the word benign when actually what's being described here is not benign at all. It's malignant. So what you have is two columns of characteristics that are identical, that match the malignant definition, but do not match the dictionary definition. So we have benign in the dictionary, which is not harmful. We have benign according to the medical terminology, which is maybe harmful. And so what this means is a lot of times you and your doctor are using the same word and you're not speaking the same language. So way back when, 1979 to 83, the medical definition of benign was exactly equal to the dictionary definition of benign in the English dictionary. But now the definition has changed. So the medical definition of benign is identical to the dictionary definition of malignant. And it's even identical to the malignant tumor definition in the medical category. So each characteristic can be had by either a benign tumor or a malignant tumor. And so there is no longer a clear definition. So let's say we're talking about a pimple, a zit, acne. Not all over your face, just one pimple. That pimple, we all know, just from a lifetime experience, is not harmful. And let's just understand what harmful is. Harmful means it'll shorten your life. It'll interfere with your daily activities and cause you serious discomfort. In other words, it'll loss of function. So maybe you can't walk or you can't talk or there's some function you cannot perform because of that condition. So if it doesn't shorten your life or interfere with your functioning, it's benign. This is from the patient point of view. All right. Now, you may choose for cosmetic reasons to do something about it. That's fine. That's your decision. I'm not saying you shouldn't do anything about it. I'm just saying it's harmless. Okay. So what this means then is you can have a condition like we talked about last week, which is prostate cancer, that has a 0% death rate over a 10-year period. That's impressive. Yet you can call it malignant, and you can call it a cancer. We have another cancer, papillary cancer of the thyroid gland. This is called cancer. However, doesn't shorten anyone's life expectancy and does not interfere with the person's function. The person can even have normal thyroid tests. So I just had someone contact me for an appointment, and they had been diagnosed as having slow-growing lymphoma. What the F is that, right? The answer is it's benign. And what was the treatment? The doctor tried to talk him into whatever. And he said no, and the doctor finally had to retreat to the position of watchful waiting. What's watchful waiting? That means you pay the doctor to watch while you wait. But how often did they have to see the doctor? Every 6 months. In other words, this cancer was so slow growing that in 6 months it was expected to make no progress at all. Next, Home Healers course. Oh my goodness. So Home Healers course, yay! Again, that's also at vitalitycycles.com. And the Home Healers course is a course that I created to help people handle their health concerns in the privacy of their home and handle emergency conditions in less time than it takes for an ambulance to arrive and not ever have to worry about a hospital, a ambulance, doctor, clinic, or pharmacy. So check it out, Home Healers course, and just an amazing addition to your life. Just the information in the first 10 units has saved me personally hundreds of thousands of dollars in health insurance premiums, copays, and deductibles. So that is a major gift from me to you. Yes, it does cost money, but again, the profit margin for you is pretty steep.